Hi, my name is Bailey Salvador, and I'm here today to talk about global expansion. Here are some advantages of choosing a host country staffing style for each position. A host country staffing style means to employ people who are born in the country in which the business is operating. Some of the advantages are possible better understanding of local rules and laws, language barrier is eliminated, and hiring costs such as visas are also eliminated. Machinists and shipping and receiving clerks would not have to learn a new language, especially dealing with the heavy machinery. VP of Sales and Marketing and accountants would understand all of the laws here and how money works in the US. It would be easier for them management-wise as well, as they would already have knowledge of the local rules and laws. The administrative assistant would also benefit from each one of the above. Expatriates, employees from the home country who live and work in the country. Here are some work requirements for Ireland and Mexico. Accountant and VP role in Mexico. Mexican immigration law does not permit any non-resident worker from engaging in business in Mexico without a valid visa, so compliance with these requirements must be ensured before hiring foreign workers. The foreign national may enter Mexico, typically on a temporary basis, and must hold an authorized visa for only 180 days. Basically, that means they can only stay in Mexico for up to 180 days, and then they'd be kicked out. Otherwise, they need to acquire a valid visa. They do not give out work visas in Mexico. An accountant in a VP role in Ireland, you must apply for and receive immigration permission to work in Ireland before you even apply for a D visa. A D visa is just a work visa in Ireland. You must also have a job offer or employment contract in the works to even apply for a D visa. Permission will only be granted for work that is highly skilled or where there is a skill shortage in Ireland. Highly skilled as in an accountant or a VP role, those qualify. An administrative assistant, a machinist, a shipping and receiving clerk, all of those would not qualify. Also, if there's too many accountants or too many VPs, then you wouldn't qualify as well. The skill has to be in great demand. Benefits, separations, and compensation laws for Ireland. Benefit laws in Ireland are actually very similar to us here in Mass, but they are just called job seeker allowances, meaning all the benefits that, Ireland shares are very similar to us with health, dental, vision, maternity, paternity, HSAs, FSAs, all of that is very similar, even unemployment. The only difference is it's called job seeker allowances. They even can collect for 26 weeks as well. Separation laws in Ireland are a lot stricter than the US. You have two types of separation. Judicial separation, which is for adultery, unreasonable behavior, desertion, and then you have the deed of separation, which is where the individuals decide to live separately. Compensation laws in Ireland are great. Basically, they cannot work more than a 48-hour limit per week, which is averaged over a reference period of 4 months. And those 48 hours include overtime. It can be increased, or some professionals, like in the medical field, but they can only have it increased by 2 extra months, meaning 48-hour limit, which is averaged over a reference period of 6 months. It can be increased to 12, but only if documented by the employer, employee, and the court signs off. The overtime compensation is not clearly identified in legislation, but anything over 40 hours, you are paid for overtime. Mexico's benefit separation and compensation laws. The 8 most valued and truly only benefits in Mexico are health insurance, vacation pay, training, a Christmas bonus, coupons or vouchers, catastrophic medical insurance, a savings fund, and productivity bonus. There are no other benefits. There's not too many separation laws in Mexico either. Divorce is extremely hard to come by in Mexico. Separation, if it happens quietly. There are some new separation laws where a court will get involved and help with the separation, but it must be an extreme reason like adultery. Compensation laws in Mexico. There are unfortunately very little. Mexicans are paid extremely little, up to $4.70 per day. They must pay for workers' comp and they have no type of unemployment benefits because they earn so little to begin with. Some of the job requirements in job descriptions may need to change based on hiring and local talent. This is for the 5 jobs that we have been recruiting for and in Mexico and Ireland. So starting with the shipping and receiving clerk, in both Ireland and Mexico, the job requirement and job description would read the same as we have here in the United States. We would just have to change some words in the job description for language barriers or change the language altogether in Mexico to Spanish. The administrative assistant in Ireland, they do not have anyone specific to an administrative assistant. Instead, they have assistants per job, like a communications assistant or an accountant assistant. So our title would have to change, but our job description could stay the same. We would just tailor it to the language in what position we'd be assistant. In Mexico, it is extremely similar to ours, just way less pay. The machinist, surprisingly, for the US, Mexico, and Ireland has absolutely no difference besides pay and obviously language barriers. More to follow on the next slide. Accountant and controller, the only differences are pay and language barriers, of course. Everything else is identical, except if you are in Ireland and your title is an accountant/controller, you must be an active manager, where here in the US you can be a controller and you don't really have to truly manage. You might have a team under you, but you're not an active manager. For the VP of Sales and Marketing, there's no such job in Mexico. We would have to bring someone in from the US. And in Ireland, it is extremely similar to ours, only the title would just be the VP of Sales. They do not have the VP of Sales and Marketing. And here are my references. All in all, I think that we could easily source, out of a host country, whether that be Mexico or Ireland. I think Ireland would be the better pick if we had to pick one. And it would save us a lot of money in the end. So I feel that, if we used Ireland, it would be a good idea. Thank you for watching.